Yeah, there's a Miami Dolphins New York Jets game tomorrow. I didn't really research it, but there's someone around here. This dude, well, not dude, but you'll figure it out. Shelly, for whatever reason, knows a lot about this stuff and really wants to talk about it. So here's Shelly.
Well, Otto, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it, and I will break down this matchup. Well, first of all, you can always expect certain things from like Dolphins and Jets. It is gonna be sweaty and physical, and that's how Dan Campbell likes it. I don't know if you've seen Dan Campbell. He's the interim head coach right now for the Miami Dolphins, and he is just a sculpture of a man. Now, I don't want to get sidetracked, but I think what he's looking for is a running game, and they have to run between the tackles, and they have to take it right to the Jets. And when they do that, Otto, I think what it does is it takes a lot of pressure off Ryan Tannehill. You can just kind of see, if you look at his body language, you can just kind of see that he's got all this pent up anxiety. And I think when you have Lamar Miller running the ball and being physical, I think that kind of just releases a lot of that pent up anxiety that Tannehill has. Now, keep in mind on the other side of the ball, the Jets, you have a new coach. I love this name, Todd Bowles, pardon me. And Todd is his own type of physical specimen. He also was a player. Keep in mind, he was at one point interim coach of the Dolphins, so you got a little, thing going on with his former team that maybe should have retained him. But I think what happened is they have some real physical tackle. I mean, anytime you have an interior lineman by the name of Snacks, okay, that's a physical player, okay? And then you also have the 6th overall pick of the draft that many felt should have gone number 1 in Leonard Williams. Have you seen the head of hair that he's got? Oh my Lord. Anyway, back to football. I think what's going to happen is the Dolphins are going to want to run it right down their throat. And I think the Jets are just going to try to stand up to the test. And if the Dolphins can run the ball, I think it's going to be a long day for Todd Bowles and his crew. So it really does depend on that running game, Otto.
Thanks, Shelly. Any other final points you want to make?
Well, Otto, normally in a week, in a matchup of Dolphins-Jets late in the season, I am just beside myself. Darrelle Revis is out in the secondary, so I think that plays very favorably for the Miami Dolphins. But, with the team playing as bad as it's been, I can't even get excited about the long snapper. Now, what I've been really excited about, Otto, I'm going to confess right here, right now. Otto, the stadium is getting redone, and they're putting in this roof. It's like butter. It's really, really wonderful, because the players will still be able to sweat, but the fans will have like this shade. It's just going to be great. But the best part about it, Otto, I hear they're going to have gender-neutral restrooms. And, for a lot of people, this is going to be a game changer. This is going to be a life-altering experience. When we go to not necessarily me, but, I know people that go to a game, they don't want to have to make that decision in the restroom. They don't want to make a political statement, if you know what I mean. They just want to use the restroom, and having gender neutral restrooms is a life changer, and I really look forward to it. But of course, that then tells you that when we're looking forward to that and really not even paying attention to the long snapper, it just tells you we haven't really put a good product out on the field. Now, let me dwell on the long snapper for a little bit. Did you know that the Dolphins actually have a pretty good record when John Denny, that long snapper, has 3 tackles or more. Did you know that? He is just a physical specimen. He's been on the Dolphins 11 years. Have you seen his head of hair? He might not have been the 6th overall pick in a draft like Leonard Williams, and he may not even be African American. But I will tell you this, he is one hunk of... Well, maybe I'm getting carried away here, Otto. I think, in short, I predict the Dolphins will win this game at the Meadowlands because I like Dan Campbell's chances over Todd Bowles. Bowles. Pardon me. I think the Dolphins will be able to run the ball, and I think that Tannehill, without all that anxiety and all that need to perform, you know what I mean? Sometimes when you got to perform, it just doesn't work. If you know what I mean. And well, not that I do, but I'm just saying. And well, I think that Tannehill will be able to perform. And, not having Darrelle Revis in the game is going to help. And, well, I just like the Dolphins. And, right now we have the, let's call it, gender-neutral restroom karma on our side. And I think that's just going to be the difference maker. So I like the Dolphins with the gender-neutral restrooms by 3. Thank you, Otto.
Shelly, for sharing your unique perspective. Just for the record, they forced me to put him or her